Hello everybody, I'm Coach Herb. Welcome to my channel, Practicing Personal Alchemy. Alchemy was originally people who were trying to turn base metals into gold, find cures for diseases, and to help find a key to a longer life, possibly immortality. And in a newer sense, that word has kind of changed to the transmutation of energies into something else. So for practicing personal alchemy, it's about taking who you are, your base, and trying to perfect yourself into a golden version of yourself. The reason I have chosen this term is early on in my journey of discovery of my own personal alchemy. One of my early mentors was a couple by the names of Jim Self and Roxanne Burnett, and they have a program called Mastering Alchemy. And for me personally, I made it through level 1, part of level 2, and that was really about as far as I could make it because of the way I go through life. I'm kind of a jack of all trades, but not really a master of one. But in a lot of cases, that's actually kind of a better thing because it gives me a really broad view of a whole lot of ideas and things to bring into my practice. So Jim and Roxanne have a really fabulous program, and a lot of the tools and stuff that I learned there have become very fundamental to my own practice, to my own alchemy. And so practicing personal alchemy is the process of practicing the tools that I have learned to bring myself more centered, to try and bring myself more fulfillment, to try and basically heal some of the damage and trauma that I have done to myself over the years. And I'm not sure I will ever master it, but I can certainly keep practicing. And so that's what I'm doing here. I am practicing my own personal alchemy, and I am sharing my journey with you because what I've learned has helped me tremendously, and I want to now help spread that out and to share what I've learned. But because I haven't been able to necessarily master it or any of the other many modalities that I have learned, I have a really good working knowledge of a lot of them. But one of the things that makes me a little different is there are some things that I can do or have been able to do that I haven't been able to explain. And so as I started getting into this spirituality work, into trying to figure out what these things that I did, I have gone into so many different modalities trying to learn what it was about myself that I was doing, which I still haven't figured out even 30 or 40 years later. And one of the things that would happen is I would get to a point in modality. Say, for instance, one of my first attunements was to Reiki. So when I was attuned to Reiki, it got to the point where the practitioners were like, this is all you need to know. This is the key to fixing everything. But it didn't take into account what I could do. And so for me, it seemed like, well, it's not taking into account things that I know and that I can do, so this must not be the right thing. And so before I ever got to a mastery point, I would take what I've learned and then move on to another modality, another theology, and I kept going because I thought, oh, these people said this is it, that's not that, and that's all it is, and that was wrong. So I would kind of move on. And after a lot of years of doing that, when I started talking to people, I realized that I was holding on to little bits of truth from all of these different modalities, these different theologies, these different things that I was doing. And I had created kind of my own pool of things to pull from when I was faced with something I needed to get through. And along the way, I actually got heavy into sports. I started snowboarding and I hurt my head. I have suffered quite a few traumatic brain injuries through snowboarding, and the last major hit kind of took my life apart. And a lot of these things that I'd been working on suddenly became a lot more difficult, and I thought I was going crazy because all of this stuff stopped working. So I started putting more effort into practicing, and as I started getting better, people started reaching out to me to try and help explain what I was doing, to help them understand what I was doing. And as I kind of started teaching people, I wouldn't even really say teaching people, as I started talking with people about what it was that I was doing, they became very intrigued and thought that this was very important for me to get out. So this is my attempt at trying to get all of this interesting information that I have in my brain, wrapped around all of this brain damage over years of studying spirituality, different entrepreneur, different motivational things. So I've been years at this. And after that last big hit, like I said, it took almost all of it away from me. And so now I am, again, starting to reach out to bring out what I am doing in an effort to try and help other people. And so that's kind of the story, the real high level story. There is so much more to it than that. And I hope that you will stick around and join me in this journey, and maybe even yourself start practicing alchemy in your own life, your personal alchemy, so that you can take your base and turn yourself into gold. And that's what I'm doing, and I hope that you would like to join me and work on that for yourself. So welcome, and I look forward to working with you and talking with you in the future.